Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel R.W.S Lesson for Kids. Today I'll go through the chapter 3 basic concept of ISC class 11 sociology. So, this chapter I'll divide this chapter into several parts, maybe 5 to 6 parts, okay? Approx. So, the reason behind dividing this chapter in several parts is because this is a very lengthy chapter, and if I make it in a one shot, I may miss some important points, okay, which I don't want. And the second is this is a very important chapter, and trust me, it will deeper your knowledge about this subject. So, even the small things, okay, are very important in this chapter. Okay, so don't be afraid because, see, the concepts in this chapter are not that complex. Okay, it's easy, it's really easy. Even if you listen to this lecture, you will understand. Okay, so just listen. It's not complex, it's easy, but these easy concepts are only important. Okay, so make sure you keep patience and listen to me. And if you make notes of this lecture, it'll be like more helpful for you. Okay, so let's get started. Basically, see, uh, first we will learn about society. What is society? See, the word society is is most fundamental to sociology. It is derived from the Latin word socius. Okay, socius meaning companionship, fellowship, or friendship. Okay, society is a group of people basically living in a particular region, group of people living in a particular region, having shared customs, laws, and organization. I'm telling you one second, listen properly. Society is a group of people living in a particular region and having shared customs, laws, and organizations. Simple. It basically, uh, you know, uh, it provides a framework for societal organization, cooperation, and development of social structures. Means the institutions, basically. Okay, like the religion, education system, the government, everything. All these things falls under the institution, social structure. Okay, and is it encompasses various aspects of human life, including economic system, political structure, and social interactions. Okay, so now let's go through the definition that I wrote here. Society is a wave of social relationships and and an organized group of people sharing uh, culture, customs, and institutions. Okay, this is a very small definition. And next comes the different other definitions that I wrote here. See, the first one given by MacIver, and the last one Horton and sorry, it's not Hunt, it's Hund. That'll be D, not T. Okay, so these two are very important definitions for you. Okay, the first one is society is a wave of social relationships, and the third one, which is society, is an organization of people whose associations are with one another. And the second one, you can or you may not remember. So it's not C, by the way. There are a lot of mistakes. Sorry for that. It's GDM coal. Okay, society is the complex of organized associations and institution within a community. This is all about. Now let's move on to the characteristics. Okay, so what are the characteristics of a society? First is consist of people. Listen me properly, okay, with patience and concentration. Consist of people. Society is composed of people without, like as without the students and teachers, there cannot be any school or college or university. Similarly, without people, there can be no society. no social relationships, and no social life at all, right? So this is all about. Second point is mutual interaction and awareness. See, society is a group of people in continuous reaction with each other. Okay, it means that individuals are in continuous interaction with other individuals of society. Social interactions is made possible because of mutual awareness. There's awareness, hence there is interactions. Society is understood as a network of social relationships, but not all relationships are social relationships. Social relationships exist only when the members are aware of each other. Without this awareness, there can be no society. Okay, so when there's awareness, there is interactions. Okay, the third one is depends on likeness. So basically, uh, this means that the the principle of likeness is essential for society. It exists among those who resemble one another in same degree in body and in mind. Okay, likeness refers to the similarity basically between them. Okay, people have similarities with regards to their needs, works, aims, ideals, values, outlooks towards life. Okay, with their perspectives and so on. Okay, so these are the things that are mutual, and these are the things that are similar within people, just like the same kind of birds flying together in the sky. Okay, so this is like, man belonging to the same species called Homo sapiens have many things in common. Okay, this is like a characteristic of society. This is the reason. This is one of the reason why society exists. Okay, and the next one is depends. Sorry, rests on differences. There are likeness too, means there are similarities too, but there are differences too, and both are important. How? See, society uh, based entirely on likeness and in uniformity is bound to be loose in societies. Okay, if men are exactly alike, their social relationships would be very limited. Okay, life becomes very boring, monotonous, and uninteresting if differences are not there. Okay, hence we find differences in society. Families, for example, okay, rests on the biological differences between sexes. Okay, people differs from one another in their looks, personality, ability, talents, attitudes, states, and so on. Okay, people pursue different activities because of uh, these differences. However, differences alone cannot create society. It is a subordinate to likeness. Okay, means both are important. Now, next is cooperation and division of labor. Because, see, because of this likeness and the differences, the cooperation and the division of labor is actually possible in the society. Okay, division of labor means involves the assignment of each unit of a group that shared a specific common task. Okay, like for example, um, a farmer. Okay, he basically, you know uh, grows these crops, right? And then he sells those crops, uh, those rice crops to another person, right? And then that person basically sells that rice to the people, to the common people. So there is a division of labor, right? Because the farmers are working in the, you know farming field, and the other person is working in the selling field. So there's a division of labor present, right? If there will be no farmers, so there'll be nothing to sell, right? Because it's not necessary for the person who sells, basically it's not necessary for that person to know farming. So each and every individuals are important, right? Next comes the interdependence, obviously. See, this is like the same thing as I told you. See, social relationships are characterized by interdependence. Family, the most basic social group, for example, is based upon the interdependence of men and women, right? One depends upon the other for the satisfaction of one's need, right? And today, not only individuals are interdependent on one another, but even communities, okay, social groups, societies, and even like the different nations are also interdependent, right? Now let's move on to the dynamic nature, the seventh point. See, it's very clear that society isn't a static, right? It's not static because changes are there in a society. Society constantly changes. This is very common thing we know, right? Society is not static, it is dynamic. Change is ever present in society, right? Changeability is an inherent quality of human society. No society can ever remain constant for any length of time. Society is like water in a stream or river that ever flows, right? New associations, institutions, and groups may come into being, and old ones may die a natural death. It's very common, right? The existing ones may, undergo change to suit the demands of time, or may, give birth to different or to new ones. Okay, changes take place slowly and gradually, or even suddenly. Okay, next is social control. Now, society has its own way and means of controlling the behavior of its members, right? But side by side, the the conflicts, competition, tensions, revolts, rebellions, suppression are also there in a society, right? The behavior and activities of people are to be regulated. This is very important in society. Because, okay, so society has various formal as well as informal means of social control. What are the informal means? Like the customs, traditions, folk ways, mores, all these different rituals. And what are the formal means? The law, the legislature, constitution, police, court, army, all this. Fine. Now let's move on to the ninth point, which is culture. See, each society is different from the other. Every society is unique because it has its own, way of life, which is known as culture, right? It consists of means basically the culture consists of our um, attitudes, the way we have our attitudes, we behave, okay, our judgments, morals, values, beliefs, ideas, okay, and our institutions. So these all these things falls under our culture, and our culture is actually dependent on the environment that we live, okay. It affects a lot. The environment, in the particular environment you live, will actually shape your culture, fine, and will further lead to shaping your personality, okay. So it's very important to choose a proper environment and a proper culture, and this is also a reason why you should choose proper friends, okay. And the last point is sense of belonging. See, individual within a society often develops a sense of belonging, okay, and shared identity within the group. This feeling of belonging can be based on shared culture, values, or social connections. Okay, so this was all about the characteristics. Now let's move on to the individual and society and their roles. See, as I have written here, that individual and society influences each other continuously. Now how what do you think? How? See, an individual and society exist in a dynamic interdependent relationship, because see, individual's perspective changes. It's dynamic, right? And as the perspective changes, the society too changes, because as the perspective of individual and the people changes, they seeks for social reforms. Hence, there exists a dynamic interdependent relationship between them. Okay, individuals are the building blocks of society, shaping it through their actions, their interactions. Okay, while society in turn influences individuals through their norms, values, institutions. Okay, and this relationship is not stable. It's a constant process of mutual shaping and influencing. Okay, like for example, there are 10 people and 5 people in a society uh, wants something to get changed in a society. So they will, they will reform it. They will change that. And as it changes in the society, other 10, 20 people will automatically get, influenced by the changed. Okay, so you can see that the individuals are basically shaping the society, and then the society is basically influencing the individuals. This is the main process. Okay, how they influences each other continuously. Now, what are the roles of individuals and roles of society? Now, the first is roles of individual. First point is shaping society. Individual contribute to society through their daily interactions, participating in social movements, and the creation of new ideas and innovations. Simple. With their new perspectives, basically, they shape the society. The second is socialization. Individuals learn societal norms, values, and behaviors through socialization, which helps them integrate into the social fabric. See, socialization basically means getting mixed into the society. When after like we are born, we get the lesson from our families that we must behave properly in a society. We must stay calm and cool, and we must say thank you to the people who give us something. Okay, and many other things we learn from our family, right? So all these things that we learn, like the way we have to behave in society, and this is basically socialization. Okay, this is the way how we get socialized in a society properly. Okay, this is called socialization. Fine. Now, agency. See, individuals have the capacity to make choices and act independently, even within the constraints of social structures. There are, you know, uh, different rules and customs in a society. Okay, different traditions, different norms. Still, individuals, have the right to choose what they want, and they can act independently. So, this is somewhat like they shape the society with their, with their perspectives. Okay, even though there are norms, still they do shape the society with time. As the time goes, something new arises, and hence the society also need to balance with that change. That's the reason. Now the last one is responsibility. Individuals have a responsibility to respect the rights and freedom of others, contribute to the well-being of society, and participation participate in its governance. Okay, so individuals have the responsibility to respect the rights of the other peoples or other individuals and participate in its governance. Fine. Now let's move on to the role of society. See, first one is providing structure. Society provide a framework for individual, right? Individual behavior through laws, customs, and institutions. See, structure means like, see, there are different social institutions like schools, government, there are and several others. Okay, so all these social institutions have some laws, have some customs. Okay, religion also falls under this institutions, social institution. So all these social institutions have some cultures, have some laws, right? Which basically what it does, it provides as a framework to the individuals. Okay, for, it basically regulates our behavior. Okay, this is the thing, that it provides a structure so that we behave in a structured way. Okay, we follow some rules and regulation, and we behave properly in a society, so that the harmony remains in a society. Fine. The second one is influencing identity. See, society shapes individuals' identity through culture and social roles. Okay, see, uh, see, I would like to give an example so that you understand this better. Let's suppose take a social institution, school, or any college or university. Okay, and you're a teacher of that particular school or university. You are having a culture, basically a environment inside that you know area, inside that school or university. The culture of learning, teaching, and gaining knowledge each and every day, right? You're having a optimistic and a very good culture. And what is your social role? It's teaching, right? So that is the thing what I'm trying to say, that because of this society there are social institutions, and when the social institutions are there, you are having a culture, and you are having a social role. And because of this social role, which is for you, like it's teaching, you get a identity in society. And that is the reason that I'm telling, the society influences the identity or shapes the identity, right? Because only because of this society you're getting the identity of a teacher, right? Because there are social roles that are given by the social institution. This is the thing. Fine. The next thing is enabling growth. See, society provides the environment for individual growth, offering opportunities for education, employment, and social interaction. Just the same thing. There are social institutions. Like for education, we have schools, employment to have many workplaces and all, right? So all these basically help us to grow, right? This is the thing. And the last one is encourages socialization. Okay, so add here that it encourages socialization and conformity with the norms of the society, basically. Okay, so encourages socialization and conformity. See, society encourages individual to conform to its norms and expectations, because there's certain laws and rules that you must obey in society. Okay, to to maintain a good identity, or to maintain a good personality in society, which is also very important, right? And like you know uh, which can both support social order, means like maintaining all the norms can support social order, and potentially limit individual expression. Basically, it regulates your behavior. Fine. It regulates your behavior, and it maintains the social order. Basically, like maintains the harmony of that particular society. Simple. So, this was all about the first part. In the next part, I'll go through the rural and urban society. So, make sure you go through this lecture properly. And if there is any doubt, feel free to ask in the comment section. I'll definitely reply to your questions. Okay. So, this was all for today. Thank you. Keep learning and keep smiling. Bye bye.